Welcome back, softball fans, to another episode of the 2026 high school previews for softball. It is the Pelican Softball Report, and I am Doug Gann, and it's got a championship feel in here today as we welcome in the new head coach of the LaSalle Tigers. It is Todd Long, and Coach, new to the head coaching job, but man, you've been a fixture at LaSalle for years.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. Yeah, I've been here. This is my 28th year and coached football, basketball, softball all this time. Uh, been a assistant to Coach White for years in both sports. And I hate that I'm having to take over and he hung it up. I wish he'd have stayed till I got out of here, but it is what it is. And I'm ready to, I guess, try my run at it.
Look, you and we'll get into a little bit about that in just a sec, but you're coaching basketball right now too, right?
That's correct. I do the girls basketball right now.
How do you have time to sleep even?
Don't have a whole lot. I'm trying to swap over and have, half of my softball players are on the basketball team also. So the transition is kind of tough, but we're going to try to make it work.
So how do you fuss at the basketball coach for keeping your softball girls so long?
Well, that's the good news. That's kind of helps me out. So
That's right.
I don't have to necessarily share them with anyone because I got them both. So if I need them to do a little softball stuff on the side, then I can kind of steer them that way on seventh hour.
Look, there you go. That does make things pretty easy. Let's look at last season just a minute before we jump into our 2026 preview on there, because of course it ended with the championship, and that's, I think, the second one probably in the last 4 or 5 years, right?
Yes, we 21 and this past year, and then we won it in 2017 also.
Right. So you got the one pre-COVID, and then these two afterwards, and it's LaSalle softball being what LaSalle softball is. But that semifinal game, man, that was one for the ages. That was a classic duel between you guys and Oak Grove, and best of friends out there when they're off the diamond. But what a performance that was!
Oh, it was special. I mean, a game was. I mean, it's tight. Some defensive plays made. Great pitching by both teams. We just were fortunate enough to get a few more hits than they did, and we got the key hit in the last inning, the ninth inning, that drove in the winning run. But it was exciting. It had that state championship feel, and I'm sure that there's a good possibility that we'll see them down the road in the playoffs this year.
So there's no doubt in our minds about that. What was so cool about that atmosphere was there were double the amount of people that were there, because that group that was waiting to play right after you guys, everybody was there. Nobody could sit. So you had folks standing down the fences, had a lot of media there. It had as much of a state championship game atmosphere as I think the next day did.
Oh, it did. It did. It was, and that was the big thing is Coach White and myself trying to get the girls back down after that exciting game the next day and realizing, hey, we got another game to play, because it was, that emotion, you got to kind of reel yourself back in, enjoy it the rest of that evening, but reel yourself back in to play that next game that next day.
And then the two pitchers are there, which, of course, Landry very well. They go off and play on the same travel ball team and are going around shutting people out over the summer.
Yeah, it's a pretty good little staff that we had on that little rivals team that we had with some Oak Grove girls, and some LaSalle girls and different folks, and which is why we kind of called it rivals to begin with. But yeah, they had a pretty good dominant travel ball pitching staff with them too, for sure.
No doubt about it. And of course, Landry, just a freshman when she did that last year. I think both girls were freshmen that pitched in that, but we're talking LaSalle, and that's got to put fear in people's eyes over the next 3 years, knowing that she's going to be back in the circle.
Well, I hope so. If we can, she stays healthy and we keeps working like she needs to, and which I kind of keep my finger on that for sure. Even though her mom may say I drive her a little too hard, but she wants to do it. She wants to be out there. She wants a chance to play at the next level, and so that's what it takes for her to do that. So
we were able to interview her after the game, and as fierce of a competitor as she is, when it was after. She was just as nervous and shy in the interview after it when she was off the field as you would expect out of a freshman.
Yeah, she's not a big talker. She's not, we're trying to get a little more of that out of her, but she's kind of quiet. But like I say, when she's on the field, she's a totally different person. It's kind of weird, even as her dad, and she's different out there. So, but it's in a good way.
Oh, it's tremendously a great way. All right, let's look around the rest of it. Tell me about some of the people that you lost off of that team from
Oh
last year.
man, we lost. We had 7 seniors. We
Yep.
lost 5. 5 of them were 4-year starters. I mean, it was a great group, which is why we had such a special year. We were 34-3, and like I say, we had Allie Murphy, who was our catcher. She was a 4-year starter, and that is going to be a difficult person to replace. I mean, catching is key, and we got to try to fill that spot. Reese Martin, who our other pitcher, and a big stick in the lineup. Our shortstop was a 4-year starter, Lana Childress. Leanna Womack, our outfielder, a center fielder. Our first baseman, Maddie Parham, who got the big hit in the final game.
Yep.
I mean, we lost a good group.
Look, and Allie is one of those that, of course, she played in the LSCA All-Star game at the end of the season too, and just controlled things back there. And I think that probably had a lot to do with Landry being able to settle down. Is that she felt very comfortable with Allie back behind the dish.
Oh, absolutely. A senior catcher, as good as she was. I mean, it helped Landry out a ton. I mean, she's one of the better catchers I've seen in the state. Even the pickoff play that she did in the semifinal game to get the girl picked off a second, going to third. I mean, just that type of stuff. She did that all year, and she was a special player. Leadoff batter, led us in batting as far as average. So sorely missed for sure.
Yeah, look, that pick off to third base certainly got the emotions up in that game. I remember that we were right behind that play that happened, and it got the emotions going.
Yeah.
So what do you do coming into next year to replace that? Tell us about some of those that are gonna not fill the shoes of those young ladies that are leaving out, but make their own shoes.
Well, we have a good group below. Growing up here, softball, girls softball, everybody kind of knows what to expect. And all the girls kind of want to end up playing here and being good for our high school and going back to Sulphur. But we have and I told them this summer and this fall, it's going to be very competitive. If those girls have a bunch of spots to go try to win a position, and hopefully they have competed all summer in the weight room, and in the fall we played in 2 different leagues, and there's spots out there to be taken, and it's just who's going to go put forth the work and effort of doing that. I gave them access to our storage for all our softball equipment, and I said, look, come up here anytime and do your extra work in the cage. Here's the combination to the lock. So hopefully we've had a lot that's been doing some work on their own, and hopefully that pays off.
Is that where you kind of see these leaders being developed, is when they go up there and do it when they're not told to?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And shows that they want to earn a spot, and they want to try to be a better player and help the team go back and do what we've done for years here. So hopefully we'll find out here shortly how much and how it worked. But we played in the fall a lot, and I had some girls that looked like they were stepping up. I had a few freshmen that looked like they were ready to maybe come in and help us out also. So
tell us a name then, Coach, that maybe nobody's heard about, that you think, you know what, they got a chance to be a difference maker here.
Well, we have basically 4 returning starters. Kinley Morris, who was our third baseman last year. Leah Steen, outfielder. Addie Taylor, an outfielder. And then, of course, Landry. I would say Kinley Morris was our third baseman. We were going to probably move her to short this year, but lack of catcher, she's capable of playing anywhere on the field. And then she's probably going to be our starting catcher, and look really good in the fall. And like I say, if you don't have a pitcher and a catcher, you're in bad shape anyway. So we got to lock down that position, and I really believe that she's capable of doing that.
I got to think that being able to handle those shots at third base, it will make her able to get back there behind the dish, because that's a different kind of person that's over there at the hot corner.
Oh, absolutely. Like I say, she's capable of playing anywhere on the field that we need her. But she looked good this fall, and I was worried about that going into it. But after the fall, I'm kind of a little more settled down and relaxed. I feel like we got one now.
Look, I don't know that there'll be a way to relax until that final out there and practice again, as you guys look poised to make a move. All right, so when we were down there too, we talked about the fan base. We've talked about all of that. Tell us about the experience there in LaSalle and at a LaSalle home game, and how that crowd is. Because look, everything that I've seen, it's a great community.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All our home games, we have people lining up in the outfield. You can park behind our fence. The outfield fence is full of people, and we have our fans all in our stands and around. I mean, we have a good following. For win, lose, or draw. I mean, and that's in a lot of our sports. People want to play us because we're going to bring a good crowd to the game. You're going to get a good gate, and that goes, like I say, in every sport. So it's definitely a good support system here in our little community.
They are definitely a passionate fan base. I think when we were at the All-Star game this year, there were some of them that had went back and watched it and heard the announcements of LaSalle, and they said, "Wait a minute, it's not LaSalle." They get just as emotional over that name.
They do. They do. A lot of people will pronounce it LaSalle, and they're like, "No, it's LaSalle. Don't say LaSalle." They are.
They're quick to point that out, as they are the kids' names. So, well, when you transition, how's your basketball team looking, and what's that look like of getting those girls back?
Right now, we're kind of middle of the pack. We're, I think, 9-5 on the year. We're sitting at 15 in PowerPoints. So if we can finish out good, I guess we'll slide into the playoffs, and that would prolong it a little bit. But again, I have about half my team on the basketball court, so they're going to have to do a little bit of work on their own both ways. Get through a basketball practice, and if they slide over and get them some cage work on their own if they want to, hopefully they do. But I feel like we ought to make the playoffs in basketball, and then we'll just see how far we go. And then when I get all the girls back on the softball field.
Yeah, we definitely feel like you're a playoff team in basketball, on what I've seen. So scheduling wise, now knowing that you've got some of those girls that are playing basketball on there too, what does that do to the front end of your softball schedule? A lot of people like to play in tournaments early. Some like to hold off.
Well, we're going ahead. We scheduled it, and like I say, it helps that I'm the basketball coach, so we can use them if need be. Because I've done that for years as I've done basketball coach, even with Coach White. We have a scrimmage in softball on a Saturday. We would go let them play in the scrimmage. I mean, we may pinch run for them when they get on base, but we'd give them a bat. We'd give them some defensive work. So we will share athletes here, because small school, we have to.
You absolutely have got to do that, and you see so many girls at this age. And look, the interviews that we do, all of the coaches are the same, that want their kids to do different things, because this is a very quick experience. High school goes by so fast, and these girls need to get the most out of it that they can.
Oh, absolutely. Enjoy it. That's what we tell them all the time, is enjoy it while you're here. 4 years, it flies by. They all want to get to graduation day, but we tell them, hey, looking back, I'd go back to high school in a heartbeat if you could put me back in those days. It's just, you don't have the worry and stress that you really think you have. I mean, when you grow up, you start to see it, but enjoy your high schoal days while they're here.
Friend of mine told me, when you own your own mailbox, that's when life gets a little bit different for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Coach, what can we see that's any different about the way this team goes forward with the coaching philosophies, or is there a difference that you and Coach White have been there together for so long?
We've been together so long. Like I say, we've had a little side business together for years. We live right next to each other. I like to say we're pretty much best friend, one of my best friends. So there's not going to be a whole lot of different stuff, I guess, as far as, because we kind of always did this together, So just going to be a little, I guess, different leader, one standing in front when you at the end of the game talking to them. That's about the extent of it.
Who do you bring on your staff that replaces you as an assistant?
I have Danielle Brown. She's been teaching here for a while. She's got girls growing up in the softball. She loves softball and has two little girls that I think she eventually wants to be able to do kind of what I did, coaching your daughters and all when they get up here. So she's helping. She's been a big help in seventh hour, taking the softball girls that don't play basketball to the weight room in the cages and doing their workouts while we're doing our basketball. So her and Annabeth Pittman, one of mine and Coach White's former players, she's helping us also. So I have two good assistant coaches helping me this year.
Well, I love it. Coach, we appreciate you taking your time to visit with us and looking forward to following the Lady Tigers throughout the season. One more important question, though, and this is one of these that I like to get settled early on. Where's the best hangout place and place to get a good meal when they come to watch a game up there at LaSalle?
Well, everybody drives by the Burger Barn. I mean, the Burger Barn, if you drive Monroe to Alexandria, most everyone knows the Burger Barn.
That's right.
Since I was in school. So the Burger Barn is definitely one of the primary places here for sure.
There you have it. I think we've got everything worked out then, where to eat, where to watch, and how to get there. Coach Todd Long, congratulations on becoming the head coach here, and best of luck in your first season as the main guy. We know it's just continued success from what you've been doing there for a long time. But again, thank you for being a part of what we did.
All right. Thank you. And thank you for all y'all do for the girls and everyone.
Absolutely. Guys, don't forget the Pelican Softball Report just is running right along. We are here every weeknight at 7:30 and at 8 o'clock. We're doing back-to-back episodes just to get them all to you as early into the season as we can. So there's another one just around the corner. Stay tuned for that. For Coach Todd Long, I am Doug Gann. God bless you all and good night.